there was a war going on against Gen Z Christians, and I've talked a lot about how we've been screwed over, okay? The globalist regime, the New World Order, the boomers, all these different types of people, okay, mostly the New World Order people, they have put us in a position where having faith in Jesus is very difficult. And I've talked specifically about how to deal with that, but there's another angle I haven't gone over yet that I will go over in this video. And that is information and knowledge. True information and knowledge has become very hard to find. More specifically, let's think about the two ends of the spectrum we have, okay? On one end of the spectrum, we have the normal TikTok normie content. It's pro-abortion, it's pro-LGBTQ, it's pro-degeneracy, okay? We have that side. And a lot of us are able, if we don't fall into it, we're able to say, okay, you know, that's not a very good thing. Okay, let's move to the next side. The next side is a typical non-denominational Christian church, where the men basically have their balls cut off. All right, you go up to say hi, you know, you're a man, you know, you stand up straight, you hi, you know, you're not like mean mugging them, but you're just a stoic, normal man, how a man should be. And then you go like, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, man? How you doing? I say, how you doing? How you doing? How's the wife? How's the kids? And then someone says something mean to them, they're like, you know, right back at you, man. Without joking around, I'm not joking around with them. You get the point, okay? They're soy facing all over the place. And it's just so goofy. So unbelievably goofy. And then the people who don't identify with this side, they go like, okay, well, I mean, I guess this is what a Christian's supposed to be. So they slowly go from this, and I've seen this all the time, like men getting castrated by a non-denominational church. They go from this, normal, stoic, maybe not this handsome, but, you know, they're normal. And then, you know, over time they go, my wife said I can't go out tonight. Yeah, you know, the whole wife, you know, happy wife, happy life, you know, maybe I'll get lucky tonight. Don't worry, everything I say will be free, but I will suggest very heavily that you join my Discord because you can get one-on-one access with me. You can ask me a question on there. I will answer it in there as of now, at least. It's not too crazy yet. And you also gain access to uncensored information in Discord channel, which I cannot share on YouTube. There's also more general, broad information and niche information on different subjects that are not touched on in this video, most likely. Being said, find that in the description. Let's get back to the video. This is what we're shown on both sides. And the truth, which is that Christian masculinity is a lot closer to this machismo, chauvinistic, so scary, so misogynistic idea of masculinity. It's not that, but it's close to that. It's a lot closer to that than people would give off. That is like suppressed. That is hidden. Okay, it's not something you find every day on YouTube. Because you look up Christian YouTuber on YouTube, you're gonna get the soy face. So, if you really want to make it out of this war, okay, if you don't want to lose your faith, if you want to be strong in your faith, you have to understand the information and knowledge that's good for you is going to be hard to find. And when you do find that information and knowledge, grab onto it. It's a good thing. You know? Go back to that well. And ultimately, this stuff can be found in the Bible. But it requires you to actually read the Bible with your eyes. I mean, some of the things are ridiculous, like the whole thing about having female pastors or having this egalitarian ideas, these liberal, you know, anti-generalist position. If you just read the Bible, you see that's not what it says. Okay, very clearly it doesn't say, oh, well, you know, men and women, you know, they do the same things. There's no difference. Clearly doesn't say that. Okay, so maybe read your Bible as well. Well, you should read your Bible, but I mean maybe in the sense of, you know, like maybe you should. It's sarcastic. This is the war against Gen Z Christians. And I didn't even touch into the lust, the political stuff. We'll talk about that in other videos. But this is a war, spiritual war, and you have an opportunity to do something amazing. You have an opportunity to win the war. With this and this. Help from God. Right? So don't waste your opportunity. Don't spend all your time playing League of Legends or whatever game you play. I hope you're not playing like 2K25 or 2K. Is 2K26 out? 2K26 and Madden 26 suck. Okay, so if you're gonna play a game, at least have it be a good one, not those garbage games. We'll play Call of Duty. That game sucks too. All the games you play probably suck. The PlayStation 5 is a piece of garbage. Anyways, soft topic, right? This is a war. You get your arms, your spiritual arms. You're ready to fight a little bit. Not necessarily for others, although you should fight for others, but also for yourself. But if not, you're going to drift away. And I don't mean just drift away spiritually. I mean, that's terrible. But also, you're going to drift away and become degenerate. Probably have a wife that tells you what to do. Not things you want. So, if not for any other reason, do it for self-preservation.